Liam, just hit start. Space bar. Hello and welcome to One More Night of Support. My name is Matthew Smith. I am the producer and showrunner of One More with Brian Erickson. Starting tonight, we are starting a fundraiser to raise $1,000 over the next 4 weeks for fibromyalgia research and support. But first, I want to make a few thanks to my friend Nicole for doing the artwork that we used for promotion, and to the musicians who are giving their time tonight to play for this cause. And also a very special thank you to the Asbury Hotel who are giving us this space to do our event tonight. Fibromyalgia is not something that I experienced personally, but a year ago a friend of mine got diagnosed, and through what she's told me, it's hit me through the third person. So when it came time for us to do a benefit show for One More, that's what I wanted to go with. So the goal is, like I said, to raise $1,000 with the help of my friends here tonight and with the people who've come on the show over the past year. So tonight we have 5 amazing guests playing with us, along with 2 guest speakers talking about their own personal stories. We have Matt Frenicola playing with his band. We have Matt Cook. We have Renee Maskin. We have Dave Vargo. And we have Bent, who's actually up here with us right now. So I'd like to thank all of you for coming out tonight, and for everybody who's watching at home and whoever may be watching this after. Thank you for donating, and thank you for taking the time and supporting us. Have a good night. And without further ado, here's Bent.
Bottom line is you probably saw this Thanks, guys.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
It's the one that I don't use in this band.
Okay,
so.
good. Great.
6 strings is for jazz.
Sure is. So that's a continuing trope of band, is that we break strings often.
So that song is called 50-50, and our next song is called Nope, Not Feeling It.
Just because we don't fit in your little tiny box doesn't make us any less human.
So sick of all these roles and the ways that we've been told what it means to be a person. So we're so much more than a set of words, and women, gay, straight, it's absurd. All these roles we've got to fit in.
Thanks, guys. We got 2 left. Do you want me to tell them what this is about? So this song is called Veronica, and it's about when Nikki was coming out as transgender and how we were all there to support her and how we wanted her to just feel comfortable being herself.
Walk to and from just hell.
So we got one left. It's called Unsafe, and we wrote it about, there was a particular week. We all used to live in New Brunswick. Now I'm the only one still there, and I'd like to leave. But that's neither here nor there. There was one week that literally all three of us got harassed in some way or fashion on the street in New Brunswick. And then we wrote this song. It's easily our angriest, but also the funnest.
Thanks, guys.
And you've got Lydia coming. I heard a rough mix of Lydia. That's the next one up.
Yep, Lydia's the next one, and the new single that's coming out is more of like a hard rock feel. So like April was a blues vibe, Sunday's a folk vibe, Bike Song was like a Broadway thing, and those three all have elements of like woodwinds and strings and like brass instruments. So there's like this whole like ensemble with that. Lydia is just a straight rock track.
I love that
There's
song.
drums, bass, guitar, and synth. So, and when I do my recordings, I do feel the perfect.
So I don't know if anybody here actually knows what fibromyalgia is. It's basically just a chronic pain condition. So that's like the most common symptom for the most part. It's just chronic pain. But basically the diagnosis process of fibromyalgia is they rule everything else out first. So I went through about 3 months of testing for the most part before I got like a concrete diagnosis of fibromyalgia. So I spent 3 months just wondering what I had. It was anything from like Lyme disease to like cancer. So I was playing this waiting game, and finally I got fibromyalgia. And then they kind of just sat me down, gave me a little packet, and was like, all right, this is what you got. This is everything you can do about it. And there you go. So there wasn't a lot of information given to me by my doctors, just a list of medications, a list of possible treatments I could do, and no information besides that, pretty much. So I had to do most of the information on my own. I spent months Googling, just trying to find something that could help. And at this time, I was pretty much bedridden, to be honest. My pain got so bad that I couldn't even get out of bed. I couldn't make it up and down the stairs of my own house. I lost a lot of people because I couldn't go out anymore because I was still trying to hold down a full-time job. And it's pretty isolating for the most part. People don't think about you being in so much pain that an Advil won't work, or you're so tired that a coffee won't work for you to come out and hang out. So people stopped hitting me up. Nobody really assumed it was a health problem. They were just like, well, you're not fun anymore. But as far as treatment goes, it's a lot of antidepressant-based medications. So it's kind of just mentally numbing. They don't really work for the most part. When I was Googling everything, it said that some patients, and like I emphasize some, will only experience 30% decrease in symptoms, and that's pretty much it. So there was nothing that I could really do. I started researching alternative medicines, vitamins, anything really, because I wanted something, you know. And I started using medical marijuana. That was honestly the only thing that really helped the pain with no side effects, because I did take a couple painkillers for a while, and just to try it out, my doctor was like, hey, if it's gonna help manage the pain, right? But every single one I took made me violently sick. Like, I'm talking like you just drank a bottle of cheap tequila sick. Like, it was really, really bad. And when I started using the medical marijuana, there was none of that. It was complete pain relief. I would say like at least like 80%. There were days where I couldn't make it up the stairs, and then I'd smoke a joint and I'd be able to make it up the stairs. So there was that. But as far as a permanent solution, there was hardly any information. There's nothing that's gonna make it go away. There's no cure. That's what they said to me from the first like office visit I had, where they told me I had it. They were like, listen, this condition isn't curable, but you know, you can try to do other things, I guess. As far as just managing it in general, I started seeing an acupuncturist and a nutritionalist. I went on a diet. I cut out all the crap, pretty much. And it made it manageable, but then again, you're pretty much still constantly sore. You're gonna have your flare days. And it's a very hard thing to deal with, and I don't think a lot of people see it that way because it's invisible. Like, you can look at me right now and you won't think that I'm sick, right? Like, I don't look sick. but I mean, I guess I am. Like, I have a handicap parking pass, and I've been yelled at multiple times to not park in handicap places and save it for people that need it. But I think it's just really important for us to really open our minds and, like, think that, you know, not everything's visible. There's people that are dealing with things that are completely invisible to the naked eye. Like, someone over there, you know, they could have fibromyalgia, and, like, you're making fun of them for the way they're walking. But it's just a completely different scenario when you're the one actually dealing with it. And I think people should really start looking at it that way rather than just assuming, oh, like, oh, my friend doesn't want to hang out with me. Like, no, they're tired. So keep checking up on your friends, you know. Just, you know, it's unbeatable, but, you know, I think, like, if we really try, like, we can fund more research, we can fund more, you know, information for just patients and people alike, just so people have a better understanding. And I think we can help move past it.
Check, 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 check.
Yourself another town. No one cares if you're around. Just take a drive, it's never ending. What makes it easy to keep on pretending you're alive, and not too broken up inside. Waiting around to get your turn. Still the fires wage and the battle burns. No one's not the same as believing, putting down the past. It's been deceiving you too long. The damage done and now it's gone. We're gonna press on through to find the answers, even while the truth and all the favorite hurts aloud. Waiting round to get your turn. Still the fires wage and the battle burns. Keep fighting hard despite all you've learned, and all you've done to earn this battle burn. Elders, why since you can't remember, it's a hero's game when the embers start to glow, but they got nothing left to show. Waiting round to catch your turn. Still the fires wage and the battle burns. Fighting hard despite all you've learned, and all you've done to earn this battle burns, and all you've done to earn this battle burns.
Thank you very much. I'm Dave Vargo, so happy to be here tonight for this great cause. And if you haven't seen it yet, this is a fundraiser, and they're raising funds by clicking on the link on the Facebook page. It's a crowdfunding page. If you want to donate some money, that's how you do it. Any of the guys around here can help you find it if you can't. I'm going to try you a brand new song, hence the lyrics and the music stand, so bear with me.
Keep 'em guessing as a new filters through. They've been running in circles and no one's immune to the feelings of hopelessness that lingers on. You can't deposit problems in this lost and never found. You keep on pushing, but you're back where you were before this whole thing started in a not-so-perfect world. And now they're changing all the words that you knew's going faster and faster, turning lies into the news. You've been searching for that someplace, somewhere where you can finally set things right. No more dimming any bright-eyed moments, no going down without a fight. Started early, now they're gasping for breath, running, chasing shadows round until there's nothing left. Won't be witness to the shallow grave you've dug. Is this a fitting ending now that life's been boarded up? You've been searching for that someplace, somewhere you can finally set things right. No more dimming any bright-eyed moments, no going down without a fight. You've been searching for that someplace, somewhere you can finally set things right.
Thank you very much. I'd like to recognize Mr. Stu Koo from 90.5 tonight back there, hanging out with us tonight. If you were driving here listening to 90.5 the radio, you are listening to Stu right now, but magically, he's with us. They call that radio magic, I think. Here's a song called Rewrites. Here all through the night, we're gonna leave behind all that is. We're still in this place, still dark in this place, and trying hard to finally get your fill. I don't know why I lost between these two worlds. First to fight, last to win. Twisting words around the lines of all the rewrites of how the things that cash you in. Wounded words continue to unfurl. One could be the stone that does you in. Glancing blows, gotta prove what you know. Staggered by the weight of all the sin. I don't know why I lost between these two worlds. First to fight and last to win. Twisting words around the lines of all the rewrites of how the things that cash you in. Can't turn away from the wreckage as the worlds collide. A bit too deep and now you're reeling. It's burning on both sides. Talked off the ledge by some forgotten pledge, living through some lines that need to bleed. I don't know why I lost between these two worlds. First to fight, last to win. Twisting words around the lines of all the rewrites and all the things that cash you in. Thank you so much. I got one more song for you. Thanks for being here to support this great cause. Thank you, Maddie Smith, for putting this whole thing together. Hear the wind outside your door. Ghostly questions blowing across the floor. I always wish I had said more. Turning 20s into ones. Heads are full of all the things you've done. You really think this was the one?
made your mark and paid the price. Conquered demons never could suffice. You tried and tried with all your might. Chasing numbers past the test. Convince yourself the world you're in was best. How did it end up such a mess? Seems the towns can bring this whole thing crashing down. Is there nothing left to say this time around? Whispering the name you're dreaming. You keep whispering the name you're dreaming. Will you ever set things free? Get it back to where it's supposed to be. Know the things you cannot see. Things the towns can bring this whole thing crashing down. Is there nothing left to say this time around? Thank you so much.
By Brittany Dixon of the band Finding Phoebus and Bent, who just played. So, and yeah, if you notice, I'm seated so that we
Yeah.
could kind of try and even the playing
I'm
field
small.
just a little bit more. So, what's it feel? It's been the first time you've played with Bent in
2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Yeah, roughly.
And
We
how,
had
what was it
one
like?
practice.
What was it like getting back behind the toy piano? Because you don't usually play an
No.
instrument live.
I don't even really play an instrument. I
So-
pretend I do.
So what's that like though? Kind of
It's
getting
scary.
back
I
with-
was
with those
shaking the
two?
entire time.
Well,
To be
you
honest.
certainly it certainly didn't seem like it.
Just pretend. Everything's a facade. You know, it was scary because like I don't actually like have like the ear for like instruments and stuff, so I had to relearn everything and then practice every day. But I did it.
Yeah, it paid off, and you guys played 5 songs?
4 and a weird intro.
and a new like kind of cover / intro.
Yeah.
How does playing with this band kind of differ from what you do day in, day out with Finding Phoebus, which, I mean, you just play all the time, so.
Well, with Phoebus, like, lyrically, I'm in control of the whole thing. Musically, me and Nikki write all the music, and then the rest of us, like, everybody else fills in their parts. So I have a lot more control with this. I don't even, honestly, we wrote like 3 years ago. So I don't remember. It happened very fast. We like banged out a 4-song set in like a couple weeks. And we were kind of amazed that they were like coherent, decent songs.
Yeah, they really are. And I mean, if you didn't know, you wouldn't have been able to tell that this was the first time the 3 of you have been on a stage together in over 2 years.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's a testament to the quality of the material, too, more than anything.
We're proud of our songs. Like we really are. We wrote them with a lot of heart. A lot of love went into them.
Yeah, and a lot of like hooks too. A lot of like choruses that kind of come around and
Well, it
hit you in the
helps.
right way.
Everybody's
And
their own solo artist, so everybody's used to writing
and this
and fronting their own projects.
this was facilitated because Quinn is back from the UK for a week.
Yep, 1 week.
And that was it. It
Let's
was
get a
just,
show.
oh yeah, Quinn's back for a week, so let's get the three of us back together in a room and see what happens.
Yeah.
How was practice? Was
Fun.
it?
It was so fun. It was
and
like nothing, like no time had passed.
It coalesced right away?
Oh yeah.
That's
Back to the same shenanigans that we've always been up to.
Do you think this will breathe any kind of new life into the project at all?
Well, yeah. I mean, we always promise we're never going to break up. We're always just going to be on a weird hiatus until three of us are physically together. But we want to actually record properly instead of our live demo from the Court Tavern.
Yeah. I mean, that's still a pretty good demo, but I'd love to hear some of that stuff. You know.
With like the levels.
Yeah.
level.
In a proper studio setting.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, playing some of that stuff in front of like a group of friends like this tonight?
I mean, it was nice because it was a lot of friends. Like, if this was like nobody I knew, I would have been panicking even harder. But I was shaking. Like, I could feel myself getting like hot and like my face getting red. And by the end of the set, I was vibrating.
So you never quite got yourself settled. There was never a point where you kind of settled yourself in.
And I was just like, all right, these are the notes I gotta play. These are the words I'm supposed to sing. Don't mess it up.
You, is it like that in Finding Phoebus? Do you kind of coast on the nerves?
No. In Finding Phoebus, I only get nervous if I'm performing a new song.
Okay. Well, you guys, I mean, Finding Phoebus just played a couple of new songs the other night, and they sounded great.
Thanks.
So were you nervous then?
I was nervous, but it was hard to be that nervous because we were in the tiniest ice cream shop with people that pretty much me and the other band invited. So it was like, no, there was nothing that I should have been scared about.
Yeah. Now, how do you feel, because you came up as a promoter, and you book shows here at the hotel too?
Friday, next 2 days from now, is my holiday show.
Yeah, and who's playing?
Dano,
Okay.
Alpha Rabbit, Apollo Saunders, and Scout, Devin's new band.
Devin's new band. So how does it feel for you, because I mean, we get a pretty full house here tonight. How does it feel for you having come up as a promoter, and as, I guess, they call it like a talent buyer, essentially, to kind of have that and then have these projects now where you're one of the bands and people come watch you, make art and perform your songs?
I feel like I have a lot to prove.
Yeah?
It's like,
even still?
yeah, because a lot of the bands I work with are so good, and like I want to be respected as being able to be, to run with everyone else.
What do you think it's going to take to get that?
I don't know. Playing the lanes.
Playing the lanes.
Selling all the
All right.
tickets. I don't
a
know.
little bit of meta right there.
Yeah, I don't know. Just really hustling. We're taking 2019 really seriously with Phoebus. We have some really good shows lined up, and we're just going to push harder than ever, and we're going to drop new material in 2019 as well. So we're hoping every year to be able to release something for a while.
Well, yeah, I mean, the EP that you put out, The Road to Letting Go, that's not even a year old yet.
I think it was like May.
Okay. Yeah, and that's the pace you want to kind of keep, something new every year, more or less?
Something at least, yeah. And we already dropped the new single, so...
Yeah. And how's that doing? Are you getting the response to that you were hoping to get?
It seems to be pretty solid. I got to put it up on Bandcamp still. It's right now just on SoundCloud. We only previewed it with Cool Dad. We haven't,
and it crashed the SoundCloud,
yeah,
right?
We crashed SoundCloud.
There you go. Well, that's always
cool.
a good sign, right?
Yeah.
How does that feel, too? Such a positive response to something new.
It feels good because that song's really personal. And, we wrote it in such a weird way. I was not in New Jersey when we wrote it, and Nikki was. So, we had to write it via email. So it's cool that, we actually, made it. I was able to still be in a band even when I was not here.
Yeah, well, I mean, that you figure that almost takes it back around to Bent, in a way. Like you said, you're
Still
never
a band,
gonna,
yeah.
you're gonna kind of continue being a band.
Hiatus, except for 1 week a year.
Well, yeah, unless does Quinn have plans to come back here?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No? Would you ever?
I mean, eventually, yes, but nothing no flights are booked.
Do you think you'd ever get to a point where you sort of write things in the way that you and Nikki were writing songs when you weren't living here? You kind of just pass them around?
If we get enough traction from the EP we want to drop, potentially. I mean, me and Nikki could also take a flight to London and try to play
How
some
cool
shows
would
out
that?
there. That would be fun.
Yeah? Have you been there? Have you been to London before? So that'd be kind of an experience. You go record go find a studio in London, go record at Abbey Road. Only $13,000 a day
We're all
to record
way
at Abbey Road.
too broke for that.
Nah, you guys can do it. All that sweet Phoebus money. So no recording in London. Or no recording at Abbey Road.
Unless somebody can do it for really cheap.
All right, we're going to thank you for coming, thank you for playing, thank you for being on our interview. We're going to cut it back over to the Foes of Fern.
Oh, mi amor no quiere a mí, siempre ella me dicen que no puede vivir con yo. Oh, mi amor, por favor, yo quiero bailar contigo en la noche. Cuando puedes, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da da. Oh, mi amor, por favor, yo quiero oírte cantar con la voz perfecta, pero está con él, el otro que no puede cantar como yo. Cuando puedes, llámame. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da da da. Oh, mi amor, por favor, yo quiero bailar contigo. Cuando puedes, llámame. La da 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 da. La 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 la. La 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 la. I'll play it again. Okay. Yo, thank you guys for being here. Thank you one more with Brian Erickson for the interview, for the hangs, for raising money for a great cause, which is much better for the last fundraiser I did, which was for my album. This actually matters, what you guys are raising money for now. So this is much better. So those of you who gave money to me, give more money for this disease. And if you didn't give money to me, that's much better because it wasn't a good investment. But this is a good investment. So give the money to these people. This next song's the one happy song I got. Oh, can you help me find some other life, my dear? For I have fallen down and could use a hand that's sincere. And if you took mine, well, we would travel wide and experience our years. But I won't rush your mind. You go and take your time, 'cause I'll be waiting down here. But if you'd come with me, well, we'd feast in Italy and camp out in the Colosseum. What a life, living by Carpe Diem. Oh, can you handle this? I know I've been quick to implore. Oh, the day has just begun, and I'm already asking for more. But I won't be waiting around. There's a world to be found, and I'm ready to explore. So if you can think this through in a night or two, yeah, I'd love to get off this floor. If you come with me, well, we would feast in Italy, and we'd camp out in the Colosseum. And when you need romance, yeah, I'd take you to France. We'll drink our wine on the setting sun. And when there's time to save, we'll visit Eleanor Rigby's grave. One day can one day be more than a dream. Oh, what a life, yeah, living by Carpe Diem. Oh, Carpe Diem. Yeah, Carpe Diem. Oh, what a life, living by Carpe diem. Thank you guys. So we got this extra mic here if anyone wants it, no pressure. Cool. This next one's on the YouTube and the Spotify. I think I have 700 streams on Spotify right now, so thank you, Mom and Dad, for streaming that song 700 times. Hey, that's Andrew, everybody. It's Andrew's first time playing with us. It's Dave's first time playing with us. It's Jesse's like 12th time, and Victoria's like 1,000th time playing with us. It's Jason's like 12th time doing sound for us. This month, probably. Yeah, maybe it's higher. Well, this next song is on the YouTube. There's a music video. Just won a reward, which great. And yeah, and it's on the YouTube. Thank you, Connor. Where can you find it? You can find it on Spotify. Ooh, I Betty, you, I Betty, you, I Betty, you, I Betty, you, I. Ooh, I Betty, you, I Betty, you, I Betty, you, I Betty, you, I. Well, I left you last night when you were still mine. Great job, band. I left you tied up, safe and tight. When I awoke, the chain binding you broke, and you were gone, 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 gone. Now someone new is riding you, riding you. Someone new is going downtown on you. Someone new's riding you. I bet you, I bet you, I bet you, I bet you, ooh, I bet you, I bet you, I bet you, I bet you, now everyone looks like you, ooh, on the street. And I feel the pain in my feet. I force down the green line, sick to my stomach all the time. Because you're gone, oh you're gone, 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 gone. Now someone new is riding you, riding you. Someone new is going downtown on you. Someone new. Someone new's riding you. I bet you, I bet you, I bet you, I bet you. Ooh, I bet you, I bet you, I bet you, I bet you, you're gone, 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 gone. You're gone, 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 gone. You're gone, 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 gone. Betty you are, Betty you are, Betty you are. Gone, 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 gone. You are Betty you. Well, I want my bike back. Thank you guys. Music video is out there. Do you guys know if I have time for 2 or 1 more? Matt says 2. All right, so this is a new song that it's the first time I'm playing out. So this song is called New Song. Cool. Well, it's back to business as usual. I'm waking up at the studio. I wrote a song with my favorite foes. Yeah, this is how it goes. Sing me a song, 'cause I wanna hear about your past love. They all disappeared off into the night on an endless joyride. It's back to business as usual. I hit the road for another show. I played the set with those favorite foes and listened to the crowd as they sing me a song. Well, I want to hear about your past loves. They all disappeared off into the night on an endless joyride. If I knew the words, then I would say what you want to hear. And if I sung them well enough, maybe they'd reach the right ears. But sorry's just a word I've been saying too much. I'm waking up at the studio. It's back to business as usual. Hit the lights and let the music flow. Yeah, this is how it goes. La da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Thank you guys. We are the Foes of Fern. You can find us somewhere, probably on telegraphhillrecords.com. So I made that girl hate me. I forgot her birthday. I showed up a day late, sang her least favorite song. Well, I know that every man in this room, we can remember 17. Yeah, let's walk into a daydream. Yeah, there were classroom fantasies, and the girls that were our queen. Yeah, I too was young, and I fell for love the way those adolescents do. She wanted to see the country, so I filled her mind with scenes of mountaintops and city shops and everything in between. So I made that girl hate me. I forgot her birthday. I showed up a day late, sang her least favorite song because she wanted a family and I needed a big screen. So I did the right thing and told her to move on. But these days I'm thinking of the girl in all my songs. Yo, thank you all for listening to us. Shout out to OneMore. Shout out to my other band, The Birds. We're playing at the Wonder Bar next week on December 28th and 29th. The double night show with so many other bands like Leeds and Bobby Mahoney and Lowlight and Shady Street and Dexter Swagmatics and Tara Dente and Brian Erickson, and there's so many others, and I'm sorry if I forgot you. Yeah, I know that everyone, we have our ghosts. They follow us where we go. Yeah, we watch them on our TV shows, and they're singing on the radio. I met mine on a Monday, and I was hers by a Tuesday. But the weekend was someone we never knew, 'cause she was walking her way, and I was walking my way. I don't think we could have ever changed. All right, we're gonna let Andrew take it right now. So I made that girl hate me. I forgot her birthday. We showed up a day late to sing her least favorite song because she wanted a family and I needed a big screen. So I did the right thing and told her to move on. But that's just what she did. She found a new man, stuck with those old plans, and other kids are growing up. But I think I'd like to meet her, but I don't know if I can build up my courage and look them in the eyes and see some of the life that could have been mine. But these days, I'm thinking of December 28th and 29th of the Wonder Park next week. Hi, the girl in all my songs. Thank you. Donate all your money because you don't need it. Neither do I.
So we are joined by Brian Hansen and Matt Cook. They're going to be performing for us in a little bit. We just finished up with the Foes of Fern. What do you think of their set, fellas?
It's nasty.
Yeah, Fern's awesome.
Isn't he great?
I always enjoy seeing Fern.
Yeah.
And it's like every time he plays, maybe with the exception of Victoria, the tuba player, It's like a different group of people every single time.
Yeah, I last saw him, I think it was the Halloween show he did at the downtown in Red Bay.
That's right, yeah.
And a whole different cast of characters. That's what I like about him. He always
You
mixes
think
it
you
up.
guys could ever manage something like that? So instead of having like, because you the two of you have sort of now integrated into each other's bands.
Right.
So actually, while we're here, so Matt, let me ask you too, or actually Brian, let me ask you, is Matt a permanent member of the Brian Hansen Band? Are we about to break some news here?
Nothing in life is permanent. However, yes, Matt is a member of the Brian Hansen Band.
Oh, that's it. You heard it first. We have some breaking news. That's great. Matt Cook is officially a member of the Brian Hansen Band. That's a big deal, though.
Yeah, man.
Well, I like to be the center of controversy all the time, so we played Melissa Peterson's 50th birthday party over the weekend.
I know, I saw
and
you guys. It was
I was
great.
actually offended when I was told that I was not a part of the Brian Hansen Band. And then it's I mean, you play with me too sometimes,
you were offended.
Yes.
You were offended.
Because, and my exact my rebuttal to that, right, was that I don't have set musicians. I have set friends, right?
Yes,
and I love to play with
correct,
all different friends.
But it
so.
took him 20 minutes to say it because people were like jeering because, we made a huge thing about it.
Yeah, but I mean, and that was a great show, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the transition, I like that it wasn't just, I like that you guys kind of, even visually, changed some things around where, the like your band, the Brian Hansen Band, when you guys played your songs, I mean, Matt, obviously you were at a piano, so
right.
you were seated, but everybody was, you and Blake, you were standing up, you were playing electric guitar, and then when it came time for your songs, Matt, you sort of moved to the back. You took it, you put down you picked up the acoustic rather. Blakey sat down, and you sort of changed the vibe a little bit. And I think visually, from an audience perspective, it felt like a slightly different band, even though the same four people just played two sets in a row. No, but I think that's more a credit to your guys' ability as musicians, as band members and band leaders, that even though you've got the same four people playing two different sets, you change the vibe.
Yeah.
Based on whose songs you're singing.
I've always tried to serve the songs, so like Matt's style of music is completely different than ours. However, we make it work between the two of us,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And how long have you known one another?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, I remember meeting Brian back in around 2015. I was still playing with my piano rock band, Matt Cook
75, Matt Cook 75,
We did a show together at, I believe, the Rail House.
Yes.
Up in,
the Rail
what town
House.
is that in? I don't even know.
Rahway.
Rahway, that's
Yeah.
right.
That's so funny because Brittany was our last interview here. Like right before we have you guys here, Brittany was the last interview.
Right, she booked us for that show.
And that was her spot, the Rail House. I didn't
Correct.
realize the Hansen Band was a Rail House
Yeah,
band either.
we played there like once a month at one point.
Oh man.
We played the Graveyard Shift that night, so I mostly I didn't really like Brian when I first met him because I mostly saw the back of his head during my set.
And
while
he's
I was
just
playing.
so good that it's very easy to get jealous.
Well, you know what happened? I remember this night, all the Hillside Police were there to support because of Blakey.
Yeah,
and
I
then
heard
they
the story afterwards.
They sat outside where the fireplace was.
Oh yeah, that's great. The fire pit, yeah.
And I didn't know Matt, no offense, but that room is so freaking loud, you know?
Yeah.
That was like the loudest room to play in, so like your ears needed a break. But I listened to Matt, but I wasn't physically in the room. So.
I remember being distracted by that like disco light that was on the floor too.
Yeah, the big
All
multicolored
multicolored,
disco light. Yeah, they definitely. You know what though? They turned just kind of like a so-so like football Sunday bar into a really great venue.
Oh yeah, I think that's the only time I ever played there, but I thought it was a pretty cool spot.
Yeah, and I'll bet you there were people there too. Like you were playing, you said you played the Graveyard Shift. Because I remember, like, I also got stuck. With my old band, the Paper Jets, like. We got stuck in the Graveyard Shift playing the midnight slot.
I mean, it's
and there
it's
would
a Friday
still,
night, it's fun.
but there would still be like a good 30 people there.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, it was one of those. It was almost like a punk rock thing where you pay like $2 or $3 to get in,
Right.
Correct.
and people just hang out all night, and you're just there to see music, regardless of genre, or friends or anything like that. And do you feel like there's a place like that now that's similar to that?
I don't think so.
No?
Not that I could think of.
No, I mean, I like the vibe here a lot, honestly, because it's you forget that you're sitting in a hotel lobby.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
When I see a show here, so I always enjoy playing here, and I always love seeing all different friends come through here as well. So I think the room sounds, for the way it's shaped, because it's a hard room to make sound good, but
Oh yeah, it's all brick and glass.
yeah, I mean, I think the sound.
The weird thing
pretty
about
good
this,
considering what it is.
I was telling Matt, we were here, I was listening to Levy and the Oaks like a couple months ago.
I love them.
Sat like behind here, all the way in the corner.
Yep.
It's got the best acoustics like right there. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this too. The sound techs like Jay Portizo, who's running our night tonight, they have figured out a way to make the room sound good, even for full bands. I mean, Fern just played, guitar, bass,
No, you both played my
drums,
record release
everything.
show in this.
Oh yeah,
building
we
earlier
played
this
the
year,
record,
too.
back in February,
We all
and that
played
was a
full band.
great show.
That was a
awesome.
fun night.
Yeah.
We have good memories here.
It ended with a Demi Lovato cake, which was
Yeah,
a big
it did.
surprise.
That
today.
was, well, that's right in your wheelhouse.
And Katie Burke held the knife for the Demi Lovato cake for 45 minutes.
Katie Burke holding a knife, ladies and gentlemen. So I think we're, I hate to cut it short, but I believe we are about to get over to Renee Maskin. She's about to play a solo set. She's got a new song called Burkhalter with her band Lowlight coming out on December 28th. This is Matt Cook, Brian Hansen. Check out your new single, Diamonds,
Oh, yeah, Diamonds.
on Spotify. The song's incredible.
Thank you, brother.
But for now, Renee Maskin of Lowlight. Let's bring it.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Sandra, and I live with fibromyalgia. My experience began in late 2003 after noticing recurring symptoms. Over a period of few years and comparing these with a couple of friends who had recently been diagnosed, I decided to seek a diagnosis myself. As this is an autoimmune condition that presents differently in all cases, I informed my doctor that my symptoms were inflammation over most of my upper body that would flare up for weeks, as if I had had a virus coming on, extreme fatigue in my legs after climbing just a few steps, even if I'd gotten plenty of sleep and hadn't done anything else strenuous, joint stiffness in my hands, feet, neck, and shoulders, and an inability to focus, concentrate at work. He ran some tests and diagnosed me with fibromyalgia and osteoarthritis. It was also noted that I had been found to have had antibodies in my system from having previously had mononucleosis, a precursor to several autoimmune conditions, and I hadn't even been aware that I had this. He then prescribed some mood elevators. Don't recall the exact prescription, but as this is a condition that was once misunderstood to be brought on by extreme anxiety. That prescription, of course, was ineffective and immediately made me feel dizzy and unable to function normally at all when I took it. As that RX, that prescription, was the best option I had been given by the doctor, I decided to give natural supplements a try and started asking questions at local vitamin stores. I tried a few things: enzyme supplements, glucosamine, MSM, biotin, DHA, flax oil, omega-3s, increased the CoQ10, turmeric, astaxanthin, vitamin B complex, you name it, I tried it. I raised my daily vitamin C intake to 1,000 micrograms, and it took a while, but eventually I started noticing some improvements as my overall pain started to lessen and my strength and focus began to return. Again, This is an autoimmune condition where everyone will have a different experience, especially to treatments. So please just keep trying different therapies. Massage therapies work, acupuncture works for some. There's all kinds of things out there. Just keep trying. You gotta keep trying them all. Hopefully soon something will click and you'll see results as well. I really hope my story can at least help bring some awareness to this condition so that many of us who suffer every day can find some sort of relief somewhere. I appreciate your having me and listening, and thank you, and give it up for the bands. Renee is next, I believe. Renee Maskin. Yes. Have a great night, folks.
Let it be easy. Let it be. Sweet November, won't you take my hand? I could not find you for the shadows across the land. I wanna go back where this began. Can we go back and start again? Yeah, but let it be easy. Let it be easy. Let it be. Let it be easy. Let it be easy. Thanks, you guys are funny. I was saying to some of the folks here, I've been gone for 2 weeks, and I got home 15 minutes before I was supposed to be here. So I'm a little more disheveled than I would normally appreciate. This one's for Douglas Berry. Last time I played this song here, he was here. This is Tom Waits' song. Door was open, I was seething. Your mother burst in, it was freezing. She said it looks like it's trying to rain. I got lost, I felt seasick. You convinced me that she left. You said keep talking, but don't use their name. And I scolded your driver and your brother were all old enough to know how long you've been hurt. And we've all been through the war, and each time you spoke, someone gets hard and handcuffed and booked. Felt like 4 in the morning. What sounded like fireworks turned out to be just what it was. And the stars looked like diamonds. Then came the siren. And everyone started to curse. All the noise was disturbing, and I couldn't find Irving. It was like 2 stations talking at the same time. Yeah, and I hid your car keys. I made black coffee and I dumped out the rest of the rum. Nick and Sakura broke up. Candace wouldn't shut up. Yeah, and Finn, he recorded the whole thing. Ray shouted, damn you. Someone broke my camera and it was New Year. We all started to sing. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot for the sake of lang syne? I was leaving in the morning, Charles for Las Vegas, and I didn't have a plan to come back. Had only a few things, $200 and my records in a brown paper sack. And I ran out on Sheila, and everything's in storage. Calvin's right, I should go back to driving trucks. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot for the sake of lang syne? me. I don't know how long I got. Oh, not your show? Great. I got 10 more minutes. What's that? It's a great Tom Waits song. Thanks for saying you love me. Somebody loves me, Jesus. It is Jesus. Jesus does love me, although I'm half Jewish. Thanks, Pam. He half loves me. My joke is that my father is Jewish and my mother is Irish Catholic, so I just have a lot of guilt, you know. It's always fun around the holidays. Just a lot of guilt and not a lot of understanding about what all this stuff is supposed to mean, but doing the whole thing anyway. So like, I haven't done this in a bit. I've been away. This is a Low Light song. I wish Low Light were here. After the dancing, after the bars, after the morning light goes and shakes out all the stars, after the high, well honey, after the low, after the reasons why I'll come to call you home, just wander on your way with me like a ghost among the bone. And you'll be the bullet, and honey, I'll be the blade, and you'll be the scar and the skin, and I'll be the fire and the fade. And the day won't break, all bright and all bold, like all of those shipwrecked hearts out on the side of the road. Just wander on your way with me like a ghost among the So you'll be the feather and the bird and the cage, and you'll be the boxer and the ring, and I'll be the dog and I'll be the chain, and all of your dust will turn to glitter and gold, 'cause for all of the weight of your wounds you won't have to go it alone. Just wander on your way with me like a ghost among the bones. Thanks. God, this light is so bright. Hello. That is my name. Well, thanks to OneMore with all the people for being here. Thank you, Matt. I'm gonna try this one for you. I haven't played it in a while, but I know you like it, so I'm gonna try to play it. Happy to be here for a good cause. And one I didn't even really know that much about. But you know, I know other people who suffer from different autoimmune things, and that's just fucking rough to deal with, including some family members, so it's nice to be here. Let's see if I can get through this one. This is for you, Matt. This one's about Asbury Park. Lead me down your narrow hallway, running my fingers along the wall. Some shabby building, some strange town. There's the longest hallway in the world, and skimming my hands through the green grass. And cannonballs in the swimming pool. And I sink down to the bottom where I would live if I could. Well, I wanna be out on the water, I think everyone in this room is insane. Bar fights, broken hearts, hard drugs, flagrant sex. Everybody always bumming cigarettes. Over $30 on street. Hey John, don't look at me. Hey John, don't look at me. Hey John, don't look at me. Hey John, don't look. Hey, thanks y'all. I've been Renee Maskin from Low Lake. Stick around.
Renee at the same time?
No, we'll grab Renee in a bit. We up? All right. It's live TV, guys. What do you want? I mean, it's fine. We're up. It's up. You're up. It's fine. We're joined by Dave Vargo. You played a little earlier tonight. How's it going? It's been a little bit.
It's going well, man. It's going well. It's a great night tonight, huh?
Yeah, welcome back to the show. Thank you
Thanks for having me.
Dude, thank you for being here. Welcome back anytime.
I feel bad because I did not wear red pants tonight.
Well, that's okay, but I mean, look at this shirt. Like, is it possible to get a close-up on this shirt? Like, probably not right now. But I mean, look at it. Like, this is great. There's like skulls and designs and stuff, and the inside of the sleeve is something different. That's an A+ right there. You're getting the A+.
Imagine if with red pants on. I mean, come on.
You'd have to wear sunglasses. So how are you? You released a couple new. You released like a new single recently, right? What's it called?
Well, it's actually two singles.
Okay.
Both of which I played tonight. Battle Burns is the name. We're calling it an EP, even though it's not really an EP. But so just two songs that will be on the record. It will be out February, March-ish. Yeah, it dropped 2 weeks ago to the press, and then last week to the public. So.
And how's the response been so far?
We got 9 reviews, I think, so far, all very positive.
That's fantastic.
We got 4 or 5 radio stations playing it so far. Spotify's starting to kick up a little bit, and so far so good.
Now, how have you? I mean, because you've had a like a 3-decade-ish long career as a musician, as a sideman, as a session guy. No, but what I mean
is
30
years, man.
But that's something to be. That's an accomplished career in music. But as a songwriter, like releasing your own music, that you sing and play, and releasing your own records. And we talk about it a little deeper in the episode you're on. But that's a reasonably new venture.
Yeah, I started writing songs like about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
3.5 years ago.
And that's all been going like pretty well for you.
It was I went into songwriting dragging my feet, kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a painful process for me, but the outcome has been good so far.
How do you like it versus, kind of going on tour as a sideman?
Well.
Like if you had to pick one forever, would you rather kind of do what you're doing, writing songs, or would you rather, I don't know if this is a bit like sort of crass to say, but would you rather kind of take the paycheck and be a sideman?
My sideman days are over, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, it's, one thing, as a side person playing other people's music, it becomes a job. Mm-hmm. You're playing other people's songs. Usually you're playing the way they want you to play it.
Yep.
Every night it's the same songs. And I think, if you're playing your own music, at least it's a vested interest in those songs and more of an, hopefully, emotional attachment to them.
Yeah, and do you make them, I've seen you play a couple times, but do you make, after a while, after these songs, you kind of live with them for a while, do you find that they sort of maintain their tactility? Like, do you change some things around a little bit, like to almost to keep it interesting for yourself?
Yeah, I think, especially the first few songs. I mean, I think, obviously it's different when you're playing with a full band or if you're playing by yourself, different things.
Myself,
of course. I do tend to mess with the tempos and things like that, and some of the dynamics and stuff. But some of those very early songs are already working their way out of the
out of the
tour.
Well, but that's okay. Yeah, and maybe one day, like as the newer stuff sort of, gets a little more lived in, you find a way to reinvent some of that older stuff. Do you find that that's sort of a pattern that you'd consider or you subscribe to?
I think so. I mean, I haven't gotten there yet, but I can see bringing those back. Yeah. It's funny that you kind of develop your audience with that first record, and now the second's coming out. You can't totally get away from those songs because people are like, well, what happened to X? I don't play Y anymore. So it's kind of
but we could all be so lucky, right, to play a show, and then when you get off stage, someone's like, oh, come on, you didn't play this song, you didn't play that song, come on, like, those are my favorite songs. What does that feel like? when somebody comes up to you after that and says something like that, how does that make you feel?
I actually feel really good. And actually, they usually don't wait till you get off the stage. It's usually while you're on stage.
Oh yeah, and they yell it out, and you say, "I'm sorry, but the band doesn't know it," or we haven't rehearsed that one.
This has happened a couple of times recently. You go to play the song, and you can't remember your own lyrics anymore.
That happened to me last. We played a show last week, and that happened to me a number of times. Where it's like, oh yeah, you just kind of hum your way through, but people don't necessarily mind, because you still. I feel like as long as you play the tune right. Like people, they sort of fill in the gaps for you.
You hope.
Yeah, exactly. So you're also you're part of an organization called Musicians on a Mission.
I am.
And now it should be said tonight, this is your last set of 2018.
Yes. Yep.
And you've got Musicians on a Mission is part of the Light of Day Festival in 2019, kind of early on in January.
Yep.
Is that going to be the sort of first thing you're doing in the new year? What's your January look like?
Yeah, I think I start playing live again around January 10th or so, and then it kind of kicks in from there.
Okay.
It's not as busy a month as it normally is. I'm trying to leave open time for the studio.
Excellent. As you should.
And now that I've announced that the record's supposed to be out February.
Well, yeah, you better make sure.
I got to make sure I get on that. But yeah, I think the Light of Day thing is. For those of you who haven't been to Light of Day in Asbury, it takes over the whole town.
Oh, it's a great event.
Amazing.
Great event.
It's a great cause to do it, but there's just so much music in town that you just squeeze into this little bit of time.
And it's Alzheimer's, right? Or was it? It was Alzheimer's last year.
No. What's part of it? It's. I'm going to forget what it actually is.
Okay, yeah, no, I apologize, because I remember looking on the website, I thought I saw something about that.
It's like Parkinson's, Lou Gehrig's.
Okay, that's right. I'm sorry, I just say I mixed up the two, but that's right, yeah, Parkinson's. Respectfully, my mistake.
Okay. And these guys, I've only been with Musicians on a Mission for, I think, 3 years now, so this will be my third Light of Day show. We always host the last Sunday of Light of Day as an afternoon show at the Saint.
Yep.
And we put on 4 or 5 bands, for our member bands. And
that's going to be a good one. Do you get Dan Amato playing that one?
Dan Amato's playing. My buddy Jack Petroselli is coming in from Brooklyn.
Oh, that's going to be cool.
Which is really cool. We're catching him in between Joan Osborne sessions, which is nice. It's always just a fun afternoon. We pack the place. We bring food. There's just food there. There's meatballs.
Oh, wow.
And it's just a fun great. And different ways, I forget the numbers, but just millions of dollars over these years for this cause. It's just so amazing. And now it's an international thing.
I know. I always thought that it was just an Asbury-centric event. But then, when we talked about it and you said you were doing an event of your own, that's when I started to kind of look into it. And you realize that it's a worldwide event, and that's something really great to be a part of.
Sure.
So I think we're gonna kick it over to Matt Cook and Brian Hansen.
Great.
But Dave Vargo, thank you as always. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, let's bring it over to Matt Cook and Brian Hansen.
Good?
Okay, Matt, go. Yep.
All right. Thank you. All right, thanks for being here tonight. I'm Matt Cook. This is Brian Hansen. This next one is called Pastor.
Outside the walls of the big white steeple, the faces of all of the misguided people he left by the curb, like a deer caught in headlights. The shock and the horror of the blank look in their eyes, garbed in denim and cheaper flannel, he blends in the background of a hand-picked panel of sycophants, yes men, and writes his stories, professing himself like he's owed all the glorious kingdom come. Laws were made and broken. You're not the chosen one, but they do as they're told. Standing in front of a cross, so he hides it. A leader so crooked, he tries to deny it. His gossip is real, so they're left undecided. Concealed by a baby and a wife who stand by him. He'll pull you in with the force of a magnet. Pretends he's your friend, acting so charismatic. He tempts you with whiskey and deep conversation. His need for control, his sole motivation. Whose kingdom come? Laws were made and broken. You're not the chosen one, but they do as they're told. Share all your secrets, convinced you're the devil. He'll pretend to care like you're on the same level, but he hears what he wants to. He manipulates the truth. Don't ask him a question, he'll turn it back on you. Will the smoke clear the pulpits on fire? Set ablaze by words of a judgmental liar. Will they ever trust again? Whose kingdom come? Laws were made and broken. You're not the chosen one, but they do as they're told. Whose kingdom come? Laws were made and broken. You're not the chosen one, but they do as they're told.
Thank you. So Brian and I play together a lot. He's in a band called Brian Hansen Band. How convenient. He has a brand new album coming out very soon, and this song's going to be on it. It's quite a beautiful song, and it's appropriately called Beautiful.
getting sleepless night. She came into the world beautiful. Nothing comes easily, unpredictable melodies. I pray she finds her way beautiful. I've seen a single mom work 3 jobs just to get her kids through school. I watch them walk the graduation line beautiful. She went from white to red, smile and turn ahead, changing like seasons. Beautiful world. Oh, what a twist of fate brought her to me today. She speaks like music. Beautiful world. I've seen the sea from Salerno. I've watched the sun fall asleep in Rome. I watch your eyes discover mine. Beautiful world. La da 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 da. La da da da. She was his everything. She wore their wedding rings. He took her in his arms, said goodbye, beautiful. I've seen a man on his last rope live to fight another day. I watched him pour the bottle down the drain. Beautiful. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Yeah. I've seen the sea from Salerno. I've watched those kids walk that graduation line. I've seen the world from upside down to know it's still beautiful.
Thank you guys so much.
Right. I do want to thank everybody for being here in support of this fibromyalgia benefit, for OneMore with Brian Erickson and Matt Smith for live streaming this tonight and inviting us to be here. This is the song off my latest record. I actually did the release show in this very building earlier this year, and the song's called Cold, Cold Girl.
Too high, a sweater on to cover all that skin. You're still a cold, cold girl. Your mind's made up. Your mind's too high. And as you self-destruct, I wonder why. And your loudest silence screams goodbye. You can't tell me anything. You can't tell me anything. I'll keep it secret. You're intoxicated. You'll probably forget this. There's no way I'm telling. Kindness ends in self-filling. Love's not brotherly. It's just a memory. The flower scent surrounds your death. Time for last respects, sustained regrets. As you live your whole life full of regrets. You can't tell me anything. You can't tell me anything. I'll keep it secret. You're intoxicated. You'll probably forget this. And there's no way I'm telling. And there's no way I'm telling. And there's no way I'm telling. You're gonna hate me. I'm gonna love you home. You're gonna hate me. I'm gonna love you home. You already hate me. I'm gonna love you home. You're gonna hate me. I'm gonna love you home. Oh, why do you hate me?
Thank you very much.
What's next, Matt?
Woo!
So I have 4 albums. We're going to play the title track off of my second album. It's called Go Ahead, Live, Laugh, Love. Good.
Don't fear what you don't know. Take that part of you and let it go. It won't make any difference to a mind of substance. I don't know what you think you've done. I think you're right, but I know you're wrong. Don't test me once, 'cause I'll say what is fair on this day? Who said life's fair anyway? People lie here, people steal, people cheat for a cheap fee. Tell the truth the way it should be, not your version of the story. Test me twice, 'cause I'll say Thank you.
All right, so we We played the title track off of one of my albums. Now we're gonna play the title track off of one of Brian's albums. But it's a song called Tug of War, but I told him that Paul McCartney had a song called that and an album called that. So.
That's right, he ruined our album. Exactly.
Morning, well, I think we should talk, because I can't stand the silence. You said I can give you what you need, and it echoes repeatedly, and it echoes repeatedly in my mind. Well, this tug of war, I always win. Yeah, this tug of war, I always win. Yeah, this tug of war, I always win. When you stop pulling back, morning, well, I think we should talk, because I'm falling out of love again, because I'm falling out of love again. Oh, yeah, well, there's tug of war, I always win. Yeah, this tug of war, I always win. Yeah, this tug of war, I always win. Whoa, when you stop pulling back, and I have the last laugh, tumbling down, tumbling down. Yes, I have the last laugh, tumbling down. Yeah, oh, well, this tug of war, I always win. Yeah, this tug of war, I always win. Oh, yeah, this tug of war, I always win. When you stop pulling back, when you stop pulling back, stop pulling back, when you stop pulling back, when you stop pulling back. Whoa, whoa, oh. Thank you.
All right, we just have 2 left for you guys, but this one's going to put you in the holiday spirit. I feel festive tonight.
Last Christmas, gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Once bitten and twice shy, I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year and doesn't surprise me. Christmas, now wrapped it up and sent it with a note saying I love you, I meant it. Now I know what a fool I've been, but if you kissed me now, I know you'd fool me again. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Crowded room, friends with tired eyes. I'm hiding from you and your sunrise. My God, I thought you were someone to rely on me. And I guess I was shorter to cry on. Face on loving when the fire is hard. Man under the cover, but you tore me apart. Now I found a real love, you'll never fool me again. Last Christmas, gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. To save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special.
Wham bam.
All right, this is going to be our last song. Thanks again for listening. And to, we had Bent, we had Dave Vargo, we had Renee Maskin, we had the Foes of Fern. We had Brian Hansen.
Matt Cook.
This last one's called Caffeine. Thanks again, everybody.
You're too blind, you can't see it. I'm on fire and burning in front of your eyes. Only now say you need it. Make mistakes, make a choice, and hide under the guise of a comfortable failure. Love is love described only and settled at best. Had you only stayed with me. Now I'm lying to myself. Don't you get me started in the morning? Don't you turn me on? This now is never gonna be late. Don't you get me love? Don't you get me started in the morning? Don't you turn me on? This now it's never gonna be late. Don't you get me love? Don't you get me love? Moving out, looking pretty. Your mind races as fast as the people you pass. Wander amongst center city. Make amends, condescend, party with your new friends. Every bar on Chestnut Street. You're as late as the mall, but you're just as lonely. Keep me up like your caffeine. Now I'm lying with myself. Don't started in the mall. Don't you turn me on. This ending lasts forever. Don't you get me love? Don't you get me love? Don't you get me? Matt Cook, everybody.
Brian Hansen. Thanks very much.
Oh my God, I'm not too busy.
That's okay.
I would like to thank everybody who came out, everyone who watched, and everyone who has donated and will donate. And I'd also like to thank my wonderful cast and crew for everything over the past year. Have a good night, everybody.